3 of the show.
And happy to get your part 3. It's like last week was only part 2.
Well, we're on the edge here too. We might
get one new battery, or do we just decide to pump it up?
No, well, it's sort of there's 2 batteries.
Why did we do 2 parts last week?
Because we were just rolling into it.
Oh,
yeah. Anyway,
I missed the 3rd part.
Warwick Farm this week is on Wednesday. Wyong is on Thursday. Canterbury Friday night. Rosehill Saturday. Doomben and Moonee Valley, and Hong Kong is back to the usual Sunday, which is more pleasing for everyone.
Can't even keep an eye on it.
No, unfortunately it does get a little bit lost in translation, so
it's massive. A lot of the races go to Sky too anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Awful.
Yeah. It's good the way that we've got fishing. Yeah. I mean, I can understand why that.
So I've got 5 meetings in 5 days. I'm excited.
Yeah, 5 meetings in 5 days. Yes. Oh, because Hawkesbury on Sunday as well too. Yes. Beautiful.
How did they race at Hawkesbury on Friday? Given it was
so hot.
Yeah. How did it happen?
They just, they bring them out in the parade ring. They did half a lap and they took them on the track, which I can't work out because the horses walk around there as quiet as mouses. If they do a few extra laps, does it make them know?
Because they're probably still walking around the back anyway, getting
just
in the sun.
So it's put on to look like we care for the management of the horses. It's a complete farce. Yeah. It's a total lie. The horse then gets to the jockey. They canter around to the barrier, which is about 1,500 metres away, and then they run a 1,400 metre race.
Yeah.
So what if they do a couple of laps, so that the customer can see the condition of the horse? But it's so they can say we put in these conditions to look after the animal. On the back of Red Cadeau being euthanised, this is what they have to do.
Now, what was that? Now, what Matthew?
Did he get euthanised?
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, on Friday. Now, did somebody come out? And say something? Now, it's also an interesting thing too. Female jockeys. Yeah, but
I wouldn't care if a person got euthanised.
I know. I just didn't think that would happen. I thought it was onward and upward for Red Cadeau.
Yeah, but you're always 2 months behind.
We've lost Mark the rest of the show. We're just going to be devastated about this.
Yeah, but. There was somebody make a point about there was something controversial said yesterday about all this, because a lot of these horses that have died in the Melbourne Cup, they're overseas horses. And somebody
ex-overseas horses.
Yeah, well, but then again, in saying that every runner in the Melbourne Cup is an overseas horse, so that's why.
Bar the pirate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's had a wonderful life. He's travelled the world, he's loved it. He goes for a river run.
He's been a tourist all his life.
Like every day, washed and painted, and you're a good boy, fed the grouse gear, got the little toenails off, new vent. What a wonderful life he would have had. And then all of a sudden, he gets euthanised, so you don't feel anything. So you're going from you were never here, and now you're not here. At least you did have something. What are people talking about?
Well, it elicits a reaction. So, I mean, that's basically what happens. You poke because you know that you'll get a result for your poking.
Yeah, well, the stewards, they walked around twice, they took them out. It's a complete farce. They know it's a farce. I know it's a farce. We all know it's a farce. It'll continue to go on to protect the animals, and it makes no difference to them.
As you asked before, can it change now? Because that's society's view. Society says that's what we've got to do.
Yeah.
I just think on the overseas horses issue, like if you're only going to have one, you're going to fly all the way over here, have one race. I'm assuming statistically you're going to be in more danger of
lack of preparedness.
I think so.
No,
something happening.
I know they do hang out at Werribee for quite a bit.
Yeah, but actual real thing. Yeah, it's quite interesting. But as I said, I think it might come back to the fact that their percentages are it's representative of their percentages.
I heard on radio the last 5 horses. They're all international.
Yeah, but as I said, if you're making up 90% of it,
people care so much about animals. I'll just give you another example. I'll just toss it out there, viewers. You might end up one day having a lovely daughter, and you might have a daughter, and you've got daughters, and I've got a daughter. Charlie Sheen during the week came out and said he slept with 10,000 women or whatever, and he's now HIV positive. Yeah. And when asked on national TV, had he had unprotected sex since he found out, he said yes.
Isn't it?
He said, but every girl that I have sex with, they work in consultation with my doctor about having sex with me. How is he not put straight in jail?
I thought you.
The commentator went, "Oh right, they talk to your doctor." Imagine Charlie Sheen blind at a bar, and old mate comes up to you. There's Charlie Sheen with the titties all nippled up. I'm going to go home. Do you think they pop via his doctor when he sticks one into him with HIV? Like, as if he does that.
Just on the way home, we just got a
conference call.
It's just ridiculous.
The law in America is you have to tell someone before you do it.
Yeah.
And apparently he has said that he told every one of his partners, but then a couple have come out.
The bird birding the photos didn't look like she was really aware of it.
He should be put straight in jail. I find that offensive. That there he is. Just dirty.
How would you go with 10,000, Glenn? You're almost there.
I wouldn't.
You're on the way.
I'll sleep with 10,000 women if we have 5,000 lives.
Well, you're on track.
I'm on par. Exactly.
Anything happening on social media,
People
Matthew?
worry about a horse. There's Charlie.
Yes, Liam wanted to know how you guys are thinking the Beaumont track's playing.
Mark, you're the man.
Well, I'm actually a bit the man there too, because I went to the Beaumont meeting live. I went there punting just recently. I stood in the stand and watched all the races live. And races live give you so much more than off the tapes. And a horse called Classic Bembara won a race by about 9 lengths up there. Rode only average, form was only average. And I think it is leader biased a little bit.
Yeah, it's on pace bias.
It's tempo bias. It's a do not bet there in the run. They'll back winners with you.
It's a hard. It was like Kensington. It was always hard to. You'd see them turn for home at Kensington. You watch the horse get up on the velodrome there, and you think, well, this is going to sweep down and past them. And then they go for 50 metres, and then they stop.
They're not in the run. I think you've got to treat the form a bit like how I treat the form at Hawkesbury. I'm prepared to forgive a failure there for sure, and not worry about it. But I'm also very hard on a positive. I think Classic Bembara winning by 9 lengths isn't Classic Bembara's form. So I think you've got to really. I don't know why it's like that.
I heard Blake Ryan make a good point. He said when they first started...
Who's Blake Ryan?
Gerald's son.
Oh,
okay.
He said...
I thought Greg Ryan's son. We're asking a 4-kilo kid for a comment.
He said no. The first meeting was like a real hard track. It was like a crispy surface or something. But he thinks as they're breaking it down a bit, maybe that bias is coming.
Right. Okay. So
He
it'll
let
settle
on.
down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it will. It looks bloody spacious. And then of course the Newcastle track's just in front of you, and it's just all brown dirt and like tractors in the middle, and you start bawling looking at it. It's so upsetting to dig tracks up.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Kensington's going well.
It's upsetting you, right?
Eagle Farm's going well.
It'll happen.
Here's another good question from Craig Knott, who's a friend of the show. If Betfair stopped offering Sydney racing, how would that impact your betting strategies? Each of you?
Hugely now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like a Betfair.
Is it likely? Because I mean, they should do it, but.
Why do you say that? What do you mean it's likely? What are you talking about?
Oh, because Sydney, New South Wales.
Mark, what have you done?
Don't start. It's bad enough you can tell me when the fucking storms are coming.
How the hell did Betfair make any money on New South Wales racing?
Yeah, but this one should keep going. Well, maybe they...
They're just doing it for clean.
Maybe they do, because other people then bet on other areas because their money's in Betfair.
So it's a lost leader, is that what you're saying?
Well, how's Top Better making money in the tournaments?
Well, it's getting their
profile. I'll tell you what they do.
Getting their profile.
So is that what Betfair does?
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. Well, Todd from Top Better puts on a $25,000 tournament every week and gets $17,000 worth of subscriptions. It's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
I noticed, I had a friend in the account, they finished fourth or something. I noticed the money went in their account 3 seconds after correct weight on the last race. Bang, that's your money.
Yeah.
Like, sensational. But sometimes people look beyond the big picture.
Yeah, of course they do.
Yes.
But
don't say for a minute you've heard anything.
But also,
I've heard nothing.
You haven't heard anything, have you?
No.
Who's this filthy bloke?
Craig Knott.
Did he hear anything?
We'll ask him if he's heard anything.
Email him back, have you heard anything?
you just went glad to do a spin.
He's in conniptions.
I love Betfair. It would just change my life dramatically. We'd have to go back to a whole different game plan.
Well, but see, you're getting access to the rest of the market through Betfair. You can actually go to the course, which is like what you like to do. Once upon a time, most of the marketplace was at the course.
Yeah.
So you went to the course to access that marketplace. Now, since the course relocated to the heavens, you need Betfair to get access to all those players out there.
Yeah. All right, let's not talk about ever again Betfair not being a let's stop that subject now. Right, what else are we talking about?
We're probably talking about horses to follow.
Right, well, I have to say that I was most impressed with what Wayed Zane did in the first at Canterbury the other day.
Winning a nothing race?
Well, he won a nothing race, but he was like, so the leader pissed off, there he was. Wayed Zane emerged, the others emerged, and he just ran away from them. Ran right away from them.
He did do a good job.
And then in the race after that, I thought Triple Smith's like, gee, it really wanted to win.
Okay.
Really wanted to win.
It did really want to win. And it was a good profile type horse because it wasn't coming up with Kemble Main, it was coming up with Kemble Class 1.
Yeah, which is what they do. Like they have this 3-year-old Class 1, which is it's a bit of a weird race. Every Melbourne Cup day.
Yeah.
And Gay, I think she might have given 1,200 metre trials for that 1,000 metre race.
I couldn't believe I was cheering Gay there. Love it.
There you go. So they're the two I would suggest.
Okay, I haven't got anything done because I can't remember what's happening.
No. Matthew Darley in the highway, I suppose.
Well, he's a cut above, so maybe he should be barred from the highways.
Yeah, well, probably.
I think Cawthon's Power's going to just keep that thing over the last. I think it's just going to keep going along and winning.
He's returned in his second preparation. He's returned dynamically. Like he really hunted down the line at Warwick Farm, didn't he? And I thought about that, but then I just went, well, to that point you've had a good enough run.
Yeah, and I think Mitigator to win the Derby in 2 years when it's 5. But
Yeah. When we own it.
When we've trained it.
Yeah. Mark, it's time for...
Oh, yeah.
It's time for Slaughter of the Quarter.
Brought to you. Will we brush a little?
No, you're going to brush still. Yeah, she's had a long enough run with you, Glenn. That's about as long as they get, isn't it?
Brought to you by Lovely Lil. Never brush Lil.
Just hanging in there.
Never brush.
She'll be distraught.
Mark, who have we got? Have we even spoken about this segment today?
No.
Christian Reith, 3 points for Siegfried.
Yeah.
Yeah, money destroying.
Jay McDonald mid-court in the early
I'm
pace.
happy with
First
Yeah.
up horse.
Yeah.
that. And 1 point to the stewards for parading the horses 1 lap of horse.
Yeah, there you go.
There it goes.
We worked it
Got to
out.
keep the stewards in there,
Yeah,
keep them honest.
that's right.
When is Murray retiring? Never?
No,
Remember they were talking about this?
no, he was going to be. Yeah. Wasn't it dependent on getting somebody? He wanted to. I think. I think he wanted to finish the Darren Smith case. That's what it was.
Well, that's what it was, yeah, but
And that finished 6 months ago, didn't it? Or is that still going?
I don't know.
Probably.
I suppose if he appeals and when he appeals.
Yeah, but yeah, that was done.
With the bloody service he got there on Saturday, Jimmy Kessler, he might as well go for Terry Griffin's old job. The way they treated him.
Yeah.
Did a good job. Oh, he can't take down the price when he had short.
Has anyone heard from Terry?
Yeah, he's been
He's been, he
Oh,
hasn't had his first bet yet. Unless it's like a band-aid, just rip it off! He was going to back Torgerson on Saturday and he didn't. But, yeah, I don't know why he's hanging back. Maybe it's part of his conditions of his job, but
It's like imagine not betting for 20 years.
it's hard to get back in.
Oh yeah, he's
And also the pressure.
I feel like being a mad brothel goer, and then all of a sudden one day you wake up, you find Jesus Christ is at the end of your bed going, don't go to the brothel anymore, so you drop off for 20 years and realise you just had a conniption, the gravity's kicked in and you're back to the brothel. Which room do I take?
It's exactly like that, Glenn.
It's kind of like that.
Exactly.
I know. Is that the end of the show?
If we do a Pearl of Wisdom, it is.
Only back roughies from inside draws, I've concluded, because we talk about, obviously this is a professional's viewpoint on the matter, and I realise lots of amateurs like the low draws. And I struggle with the low draws all the time, but I think that you need a premium to back the low draws, partly because the well fancy horses that have got the low draws, the riders are anxious about not being pocketed or getting off the fence. And if it is the place to be, they'll probably give it up.
Right.
They'll probably give it up to some 50s chances behind them who goes, well, it doesn't matter if I stay on the fence. It doesn't matter if I get pocketed. I drew it from your riders ride those horses like they're betting, like their market.
Yeah.
And they need to, those horses need to be ridden that way.
Yeah. And the jockey needs something to give him a bit of impetus at 600 when he's on shit bags, all of a sudden, this is travelling all right.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's being deep or wide or back, yeah, that's a good, another pearl. What another great one. We've only had 5.5 years of pearls out there, punters. I would have been able to give you 2 pearls or something. And do your best and bite rich fuck.
You give pearls everywhere.
I don't know.
They're just not.
Anyway, that's the end of the Punter show. It's been a good show, and getting close to Christmas. We're going to have a Christmas show this year. Are we ever going to have a Christmas damn party? That should be your job.
Yeah,
That's
we'll have
it.
a
We'll have to
Christmas
have a
party.
Christmas
Yeah, with the other punters though. Not just us four.
No, with our friends and family of the show, our viewers.
Yeah, our viewers. Yeah. Our viewers. And
They give away tickets to the Christmas party.
So, yeah, and you can bring any girl you like, but they've got to make the line 30 or something. I don't want to be hanging on a second. I'm still getting over the reunion. That'll do us for the day.
All right, thank you. Bye.